Illegal, addictive opioids are flooding the streets of West Africa, destroying thousands of lives and fueling a public health crisis. It's happening in Côte d'Ivoire, in Ghana, in Nigeria. But where are these pills coming from?
5 million tablets.
How are they getting into West Africa?
I think this is wickedness.
And who are the people making a killing from them?
This is very harmful for the body. But nowadays, this is
I'm on my way to the Nigerian Drugs Enforcement Agency, the NDLEA. Their checkpoints have become a common sight on the streets of Lagos. In 2023, they seized opioids worth more than $100 million.
This year, all this is 225 tramadol.
Which is illegal. Tramadol is a catch-all name to describe the range of opioids used as street drugs. It's estimated more than 4 million people in Nigeria are misusing some form of opioid.
We're having a problem coming in from another country. It has become a big menace in Nigeria.
And which country is that?
India.
No. In 2018, the government banned the sale of tramadol without prescription and cracked down on the import of illegal opioids. Since then, more and more are being smuggled across the borders.
These shipments came in through Ghana, through the borders. They have been tracking him for 5 months.
Would you say that the route between Ghana and Nigeria is becoming more popular in the last year or so?
Definitely, it is.
Tamale in northern Ghana has been hit hard by a recent rise in opioid use. Journalist Yaya Masahudu grew up here.
These drugs are destroying families, destroying young men and women with potential who otherwise would have been able to help in developing this country.
It's got so bad, locals have set up their own task force to track down the opioid dealers.
I'm Zaki, and this is Chairman, Jamal, Operation Leader.
A tip-off has led them to one of the poorest neighborhoods in Tamale.
They'll be raiding the place to see if they can get some of the drugs.
Let's go.
What is happening right now is the task force is here to arrest the drug dealers. It's an addict who has taken the drugs. This is what they found here with just one raid. Yeah. This is what happens almost on a daily basis.
These opioids are highly addictive. Some take them as painkillers or to help them get through hard physical work. But many use them simply to get high. They can cause breathing problems and seizures. Overdosing can kill.
The main idea behind the interrogation is to get to find out who the suppliers are. The chief adjudicates the matter, and someone is found guilty. The person is fined some amount of money.
You know it's not this medicine. So who will be your supplier? You don't know the supplier. You see how you disgrace yourself to this low. Look at kids are watching you.
The man in yellow is just a small-time dealer. But who is at the top of this chain? These packets are all we have to go on. But they do offer some clues.
Hi, it's Robbie.
Hi, Yaya. Good to see you.
Did you get the photos I sent you from the raid the task force did the other day?
Yeah, I have them pulled up on my computer now.
The product is called tafrodol. The Ghanaian FDA have confirmed to me the product is illegal in Ghana.
Then I can also see that it says made in India. And if I zoom into the corner, there's a logo with an A and a leaf.
It's important to look into that and to find out who is responsible for bringing the product into West Africa. The task force is trying to catch the traders and smugglers, but it's the source that needs to be stopped.
So let me start there and I'll get back to you when I have more information. We know the drugs are made in India. Now we need to find out who is making them. When I put Tafrodol into a search engine, the top results shows that the brand name Tafrodol is registered to a company called Aveo Pharmaceuticals. When I look for Aveo Pharmaceuticals, their official website shows up, which actually details their products and manufacturing practices. It looks like a legitimate company, but it's the logo that really catches my attention. I found teenagers in Côte d'Ivoire are mixing Tafrodol with an alcoholic drink called vodka. And there it is, the same logo. Aveo Pharmaceuticals. It's not just Côte d'Ivoire. Even in Ghana, I found reports of Tafrodol being seized by the police. When I zoom in, there is an A which looks like the A from Aveo. In the same seizure is another product, Tima King. In the corner of that box, the same logo, Aveo Pharmaceuticals. We also send out researchers in Nigeria to see if they could find products with the Aveo logo on them. And sure enough, they came back to us with Tafrodol XX. We know the name of the company. Now we need to find the people at the top. An undercover operative agreed to go to Aveo's factory, posing as a businessman looking to supply opioids to Nigeria.
We're here to see Mr. Sharma. Thank you. So nice to see you.
This is one of the directors of Aveo and the boss of this factory, Vinod Sharma. He takes them on a tour of the factory.
You came across like a shrewd businessman. He actually showed us that the factory is certified by the World Health Organization. That cemented the impression of the world-class standard.
Yes.
You guys are doing really massive operation.
There are 5 million tablets.
Back at Sharma's office, it's time to talk business.
This is sample, patent, capsule, tablet, everything is.
The packet of Tafrodol is instantly recognizable. It's the same brand found on the streets in Ghana and Côte d'Ivoire.
Children love this because it's stronger than China.
This is Super Royal. It looks just like the drugs found in Lagos. This is Tima King, the same product seized by the Ghanaian police in 2024. Vinod Sharma displays many more products that look remarkably similar to those found by authorities across West Africa.
This is very powerful. Capsule, tablet is very powerful compared to the capsule. But rate is very different. Double rate. Double power.
Told me about how they came up with the opioids that they make as a reaction to government clampdown on tramadol, which they used to also make. They also had a clear understanding of the global shipping business, the logistics of the operation.
By air is not possible nowadays because government is looking very strictly. And we can supply by the sea, but on another port, not Lagos, another Ghana and other. Otherwise, police can arrest, capture the container.
Clearly, he knew that what he was producing was illegal, but the fact that he was willing to talk about producing the opioids for me, and branding the opioids for me, and shipping the opioids, to West Africa for me, all of that spoke to a businessman who was willing to take a lot of risk.
I can clear from our custom, means India. You can clear from your side. Every client working like this.
Sharma doesn't flinch when the team tells him who they're planning to sell the opioids to.
Do you have local market in the Nigeria? We can supply these materials.
So we do. And our plan is to sell to young people. 16, 17 year olds, we find out a whole lot of the product, right? And like you said earlier on, the product, Tafrodol, has really replaced Tramadol in the market.
This item is Tafrodol is a painkiller. But suppose you can use the 2 or 3 tablets in the one time, you can like this relax.
Yeah. This is what the kids like. That's what they like. Gives them that high.
High.
High means high.
This is very harmful for the health. But
very harmful.
But customer cannot understand. He wants relax.
He wants to relax. Yeah.
Any medicine can misuse. This is very harmful for the body. But nowadays this is a business.
Nigerian journalists have been reporting on this opioid crisis for more than 20 years. Finally, I was face to face, not with some local dealer or transnational smuggler, but actually one of the men at the root of Africa's opioid crisis.
Capturing market, slowly.
Okay. One of the men who actually makes this opioid and ships it into our countries by the container load. It's depressing watching someone who produces these opioids speaking about it and describing it simply as business.
In India, any drug made only for export must comply with the requirements of the importing country. Ghana's drug authorities told us this product doesn't meet their import requirements. By shipping Tafrodol to Ghana, Aveo is breaking Indian law. Now we know who's making the drug, but how is it getting into Ghana?
Oh, this is it. You can see Samos Pharma written.
We found evidence that a company in the capital Accra has handled millions of the pills.
I'm not very sure that these guys are going to be friendly and whether they will allow us to film.
This is the evidence that led us to Samos Pharma. Export data showing that Samos has imported millions of opioid pills from India through Ghanaian ports by a company called Westfin International. Looking into Westfin, we found the board of directors. Among them, a familiar name, Vinod Sharma. In Tamale, it's left for groups like the Citizens Task Force to tackle the opioid crisis. More of Vinod Sharma's Tafrodol. That evening, they gather in a local park to burn the drugs. This task force in one small corner of West Africa is doing all they can. But as these drugs burn, production lines in India are churning out millions more. And the people who make them are getting rich on the profits of other people's misery.